heavy price for it in the future. The whole world is watching, friends and foe alike, to see whether or not this pressure is going to continue to divide us and make us weaker, disunited, and look for the short-term solution and not worry about the years to come and the kids who will be handed that problem a few years down the road. We must send a message to the rest of the world, friend and foe alike, that we are united as a people and determined to do whatever is necessary to win this global war. You talk to the young people who come back from Iraq, who come back from Afghanistan, some of them seriously wounded. Their main concern is usually getting back with their comrades. And they will talk to you and they will tell you they know that they're doing something good for their country. They know they're doing something good for their younger brothers and sisters. It's strange to me that the average 20-year-old serving our country in Iraq and Afghanistan knows more about what the security of this country requires than some 20-year veterans in the United States Congress. Politicians are busy, which ought to scare you in and of itself, but they're busy spending the birthright of future generations. We're working through the Social Security surplus. Pretty soon we'll be seeing the retirement of the baby boomers, the first part of them next year. And it goes up from there. It's a good thing. We're living longer, healthier lives. It's a wonderful thing. Yet we have to adjust to it because proportionately we have fewer young people coming along for a greater retirement population. It just means we got to adjust to it, come together as reasonable people, Democrats and Republicans. No one party, no one president can solve these things. People got to come together and get over the political difficulties and come to some common sense solutions before everybody has to be hurt down the road. And yet they kick the can down the road for somebody else to solve because it's tough. Because it's tough. And to a career politician, losing your politician's license is the most horrible thing that you can think of. You don't want to do anything controversial. You want to play it safe. I wonder what these little children would say. I wonder what those yet to be born would say if they had a seat at the table when these discussions were going on. More importantly, what would they think about us? We need to send a message to Washington that we are better than that as a people. And we'll be sending that message when we elect a president who's not afraid to blow the whistle on this irresponsibility and say it's got to stop. Now, a lot of other things we could talk about tonight. That video reminds me of the honor that I felt when the President called me to help out Chief Justice John Roberts get through the confirmation process and become a great Chief Justice. He needs help. Reminded me, I didn't really need reminding, but it drove home even further the need to appoint people to the United States Supreme Court who will apply the Constitution and the law and not make it up as they go along. I'm concerned about a Washington that's out of touch with the American people. I'm concerned that not enough people understand that we have to secure our borders against illegal immigration. Just about all of us are descendants of immigrants of one kind or another, at one time or another. People have stood in lines all across this world by the thousands at embassies of the United States, waiting to play by the rules, to take the time necessary, to wait for years and come here and be some of our best citizens and love America just as much as we do. But this is all our home now. This is all our home. And together, we must understand that a nation that cannot secure its borders will not forever remain a sovereign nation, and we should never forget that. But a sovereign nation is what we are, and we have to remember what we are and what we've been. We're not without fault. We as a nation make our mistakes as we go along. Nations are just like people. They have some good days that are better than others. But when I hear the criticism that we get sometimes in the international community, and I see the polls where the old U.S. of A. is not doing so well, one thing occurs to me. Our people have shed more blood for the liberty of other people than all the other nations combined. And I'm tired of people feeling the need to apologize for the United States of America. We're a part of the greatest country in the history of the world. That means that we are the most blessed people in the history of the world. That means that carries with it certain obligations and responsibilities. And basically what that means is that it's up to us to keep it that way and do the things necessary to keep it that way. It's up to us to make sure that we do what those before us did, and that is hand off this place a little better off than when we came into it. Now, our nation is steeped in the tradition of honor and sacrifice for the greatest good. We're proud of that tradition. We have so many times come together in times of trouble, times of difficulty, and we don't maybe feel it today, but challenges are ahead of us. We can see them coming. But we faced up to these things and come together and remember there's a whole lot more as a nation and our people that unite us than divide us. And we've come together, faced those obstacles, done it together, hitched it up, got the job done, come out the other end stronger and wiser than better than when we went into it. We've got the pattern for what we need to do to address any and everything that comes our way. We've set the pattern in this country. And my friends, with all the humility that I can muster, I want to tell you that I believe in these coming years we need leadership that understands our people, that understands the greatness of this country, and understands how great she is going to be in the future and what's necessary to bring her there. And my friends, I must tell you, I am that man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Come on. Come on out. Thank you. Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. Hey, wave to the people, honey. Wave to the people. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Hey, honey.